For our engine start, Jim, I'm going to do something that's not in the standard manual. It's not in the book. We're going to start the twin-engine airplane with the doors open.
Okay.
And the reason is we want you to hear what it's like, experience what it's like directly. There's no problem in doing it, but you won't find it in any standard procedure.
Okay.
Lift the left engine out and up. That activates the engine. Now it's turned on the fuel pump. It's activated the ECUs. We're looking over here to see if we have what would be called a glow plug. All right. That engine's already warm enough to start. So all you do is push that button just like it's a car and say,
clear. Oh, the noise, the noise.
Isn't that amazing? Now we're sitting in an airplane, running the engine, and I can talk to you in a normal voice.
That's sweet.
So let's go ahead and, obviously we check for fuel pressure. Pull the other one out and up. There you go. Let's just do the same thing once this changes from glow plug to no glow plug. That's all we have to look for. Now, here's what's most important, Jim. You can go ahead. Clear prop.
Clear.
What's really great about that start, the way you just did it is the way it works, whether it's hot, cold, whether we just used it or whether we just got it out for the day. That's the start procedure.
Okay.
So now we can turn on our air conditioner and close our doors.
Sounds like a plan.
Want to go flying?
Works for me.
Awesome. Reach up, just pull her down. Okay, we're going to Sonoy. So watch what we can do here. Just that should be where we're going to go.
Okay.
I told you it was the easiest plane ever flown, with the only exception of the ground handling takes a little while to get used to. It's different than most planes people fly. But once one gets comfortable with the footwork, everything else is ultra simple. Okay, I'm going to even just let you do it with your feet on the pedals. So pull back to idle and just hold the brakes.
Okay.
All you're going to do, Jim, is you're going to hold those buttons down and keep holding them until I say let go. So it's going through the automated checks. It's going to run through doing the prop cycles. It's going to get rid of all of the tasks that we would normally do, doing that manually ourselves. Your only job, Jim, is to hold those buttons. They made sure you had something to do in the process.
Okay.
You can now let go, and that says no error messages, nothing to talk about. We're going to do a triple check. You're going to take the voter switches, and you're going to go up with that one, back to the middle, down to the bottom, back to the middle, and confirm in the middle. Do the same with the other one. Back to the middle. All we're doing is kind of what it just did, but doing it manually back to the middle. And this will be a good performance takeoff. I love the way the synthetic vision works so well.
Yep.
Keep it rolling. You got line that puppy up, get it right where you want it.
We are straight.
Perfect. All right, so now it's time to put on the fuel pumps, isn't it?
Roger that.
Slowly add power, and as you get to the total 100% or close to it, we'll let the brakes go. You will need to drive it with your feet, and we'll confirm the heels are on the floor, no brakes.
Brake release.
Perfect.
Up
Loose
right.
on the stick will actually be a better process,
Roger
about
that.
right there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to feel her a little bit.
Yep.
Airspeed is active.
Perfect. She drives nicely. We're picking up speed. We're not going to rotate at the rotate. Remember, like we talked about, we'll just wait another 2 seconds, and about right there, you go ahead and rotate. Perfect. All right, reach up and do your gear. We're already past blue line, and we're already halfway cleaned up.
Very nice. Very solid.
And we can run this at 100% for 5 minutes.
Roger that.
We can then change the power setting to anywhere from 95% down to whatever you want. I usually go to 88. I find 88 to be a really nice cruise climb number. It's a great cruise number. And the number one reason I do it is because it makes it 17 gallons an hour even, so my math is simple.
Okay.
All right, the only other thing we have to do is turn the fuel pumps off. We'll do this one if you can reach that one. That's all there is to it. How's that feel?
Very nice.
All right, now notice our engine management. It's all perfectly thermostatically controlled. There's not really much to look at. I predict that our engine instrumentation will stay about exactly in those same spots the whole time we're flying.
Alrighty.
We're climbing at 1,250 feet a minute. 118 true is what our speed is, right? So you're going to get about 1,000 feet a minute out of this airplane. Okay, so we're changing from our cruise climb speed to our cruise speed. Now, this is a turbocharged airplane. So if we went on up farther and farther, we get faster and faster.
Roger that.
At this altitude, we're not going to get our max performance, but we should settle into about 170, 75, something like that at this altitude. When I fly the plane, I usually go straight to 10, 11, or 12, and then I look for tailwinds above that and pull out the cannulas if I want to go higher and grab tailwinds. But pretty much standard usage, go to 10 or 11,000 feet. And if I go a little bit higher, I can usually always count on about 188 to 190 something. Now, at 88%, how much are we burning?
17.
17 total. How does that compare to any of the twins you've flown?
With the exception of the Twin Comanche, pretty darn good.
So let's make it 14 gallons an hour and see what she does. We didn't lose much speed, did we?
No, not at all.
All right, so this is where you get into some ridiculous economy, right? 14 and still doing in the 160s on a twin. You ready to play with it?
Indeed.
All right, well, let's check our airspace. Looks like we only got one guy to look for off of our right wing here. And he's 1,200 feet above and not a factor. Why don't we go left and right out in this area and play around?
Okay, sounds like a plan.
So she obviously handles well. And what I love to show people is even in a turn, you should be able to let go of the stick.
Yeah.
If you trim it up just a little bit, just let go of that stick. That's not normal, is it, Jim?
Not as something with this kind of rolling inertia. You would think you'd get over and it would want to keep on going because you've got a heavy wing.
Let's do like an approach stall. We got the gear out.
Roger
readjust your trim.
And slight downward trim moment. Not bad though.
What's really great about this airplane is it'll just turn into a leaf. And you know already that all diamonds do that, right?
Yeah, it's got a pretty strong phugoid tendency. Look at there.
So all the diamonds basically just go into a leaf, start a descent. Just hold that there. Just wait for it. Just hold it. Let it just ride there. And you can pull a couple of percent off. Let it just settle into that leaf. A little bit more. A little bit more. All right, we're getting close to that just settling in. All right, you keep that stick back, right? A little bit more back.
5 degrees pitch positive, 6.
All right, we are in a full-blown stall, totally in control. The tips really haven't quit flying.
Still got good roll, still got good yaw.
So the airplane basically doesn't really stall like other airplanes in a lot of cases. We could do this for a long time, and all we're going to do is come down between 800 and 1,000 feet a minute. Recovery just looks like adding power. Add all the power. There you go. Add some more power. There you go. Very nice. So we love to demonstrate that because most people are familiar with stalls that come up, brake, drop wings, drop noses. You didn't have any of that, did you?
No.
Want to see what it flies like on one engine?
Roger that.
So you got that pitch attitude you're going to need, right? Got to get that just right with that wing like we were doing before. So to turn off the left engine, you just reach over there.
Okay.
And you just simply take it out and down.
Clear, clear. And
all right, that's going to feather that engine. There you go. Pitch up.
Roger that. I just got to get that rudder in there.
Yeah, it takes a lot of rudder. Let's pull back to about 90 something. We'll just hold what we can do here. Pitch up a little bit more.
Gotcha.
We want to slow down some more.
Gear.
All right, what are we doing over here?
Climbing.
Check gear.
Climbing damn well even.
Yeah. So the way we restart it, see, is when we get to that blue line, right?
Gear.
What we're going to do now is we're going to just turn
Check
this back
gear.
on.
Okay.
and hit the starter. That's all there is
Check
to it.
gear.
Now readjust your power. Wasn't that fun?
Actually, it was a lot of nothing,
A lot of nothing.
which is not what you usually talk about when you're shutting down an engine, even in training. This thing is just so bloody manageable.
Isn't it easy?
Yeah. The nice part is you go into every airplane, it's all different. You're chasing this and chasing that until you get a little bit of time in it and get the feel. But here, chasing it, you got plenty of time, not have to worry about what you're chasing.
Yeah.
There's no criticalities I'm seeing so far.
How much engine management have you been doing while we've been flying? You've done that lean a peak thing?
Out of anything in my right hand, that's about it, you know.
Choose your power setting, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever you want to do going into your terminal area. All right, what you want to do is you don't want to come in with no power, so add back some power. We're all lit up. We have gear. We got first notch of flaps. Add in a little bit more power, believe it or not, right there. Point the nose at the runway. All right, you're good to go. So what you're going to do is just come on down, keep the... All right, pitch up just a tad. Hold that right there. Hold that right there.
Got it.
All right, gears down, everything's good. Pitch down just a tad.
Roger that.
All right, perfect. Pull the power back. Just let it settle. Nicely done.
Oh, that's airplane. That's not.
That's a real airplane, isn't
Yeah.
it? We can just coast. We don't mind.
Yeah. No reason to beat it to death.
So I didn't tell you how to do it. You just did it. Figured it out.
Well, no, the airplane tells you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got a good feel. The nice part is you've got a tremendous amount of aerodynamic feedback and almost no mechanical feedback. It's really slick. It's very nice. I like that. The big thing is, while you've got a fair amount of mechanical friction overall, it's linear throughout the entire control range. There's no mechanical breakout, so you don't have to worry about getting over the bumps and stuff.
Yeah, and I tell everyone, this is one of the easiest planes I've ever flown. Love the auto run-ups, love the computerization, love the fact that I don't manage the engines. And then you and I have both flown those airplanes with 6 levers, right? 6 levers that we have to worry about in the case of emergency or whatever. What an easier setup. Now, one last pitch on the diamond line. That DA40 combined with this, the 40 is like the trainer for this. So the only difference is you have one of these instead of 2 and one of those instead of 2. And so let's say you want to be an airline pilot. What better platform combination than a single version of this and then a twin version of this? You're hardly going to tell the difference between this and a jet, are you?
None of the circumstances, no.
Last thing would be the cabin. So is this a luxuriously large cabin for a small piston twin?
I haven't touched your oboe once.
Yeah.
That's, to me, you know, I'm not a small guy. And more important, you know, my mobility is a little limited these days. And it's a big deal. You know, having to shift over, hang up here, this and that, just not to bump it. We never touched each other.
All right, the shutdown procedure is real simple. We can go ahead and turn off the avionics master, take off the headsets.
Next thing, Jim, is we're going to turn off the air conditioner, which is right here.
Do that?
And then you're going to pull out on the engine masters, out and down at the same time.
That's a big deal. No. Okay.
So we wait for the data to be written to the computer memory. Then we can turn off the actual full master. So go ahead and turn off the master. Speaking of data, here's the data cables.
Yeah, I was telling me about that.
Right there. So there's one per each engine.
Plug them in.
And you know, when you go to the Mercedes-Benz dealership or any automobile dealership today, what do? They plug in the computer, they pull the codes, they tell you everything about your vehicle. This is a car engine airplane. And I can't stress how important that is, because the truth of it is, we can't keep using 1940s engines forever and burning gas that nobody wants us to use as an industry. We have to change. Diamond for 20 years has already found the solution, implemented the solution, perfected the solution. And the more and more people that find out that it exists, it's really important.
Whether you're charting a steady course or pushing for the ceiling, Hartzell Propeller has been elevating flight for over 100 years. It's in our passion for engineering and research. It's in our dedication to testing the limits of performance and creating propellers that are as safe as they are sexy. Now, together with our dedicated family of companies, we're propelling the future of aviation. We are Hartzell Propeller, built on honor.